Good evening, dear students and learners. Namaskar. You all are watching us on eVidya channel number 6 to channel number 12 and also on our YouTube channel, that is NCRT Official, and I am Kusum Prasad. Dear students and learners, this is a very special session. We call it Sahyog, in which we talk about mental well-being of the students and we try to provide psychosocial support as well. और हम डेली एक नए विषय के साथ उपस्थित होते हैं, एक खास टॉपिक होता है और हम बता देते हैं आज का टॉपिक क्या है, आज किस विषय पर हम बात करने वाले हैं. सो टुडेज टॉपिक इज हैंडलिंग पोस्ट रिजल्ट एंजाइटी विद कॉन्फिडेंस. And to give guidance on this topic, our today's guests are Miss Monica ma'am. Welcome ma'am. Namaskar.
Namaskar ma'am. Namaskar to all the viewers.
Ma'am is practicing counselor and our second guest is Professor Balaida R. Dhakkar ma'am. Welcome ma'am. आपका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत. नमस्कार ma'am.
Namaste ma'am and very good evening to everyone.
Good evening ma'am. Ma'am is RI Shillong NCERT. So dear students and learners, you can participate in this session and you can send your feedback as well. So please note down our various mediums. You can contact us through phone number, that is 8800440559. You can also send your feedbacks through email also. Our email ID is sahyog.ncert@ciet.nic.in. And apart from this, you can also drop your messages, your questions, your queries on our YouTube channel, that is NCRT Official. And before we begin this program, we want to share a very important information related to G20. We are proud that India assumed the G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in 2023. A nation deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism, India G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in our history as it seeks to play a very important role by finding pragmatic global solution for the well-being of all. And in doing so manifest the true spirit of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, or the world is one family. तो आइए शुरुआत करते हैं इस सत्र का सहयोग और वी मूव टू आवर फर्स्ट एक्सपर्ट प्रोफेसर बलाइडा मैम. Ma'am, my very first question is, how far is it important to discuss on post-result anxiety, especially when it's result time, ma'am?
Thank you, Kusum, for this very relevant question. And a very good evening to you and to everyone who is watching this Sahyog session. So the topic which we are going to discuss and deliberate in this session, as you all know, is yes, very pertinent to discuss at present. Why I'm telling this? Because most of the boards exams have already declared their results. So it is at this point of time that students really need the support, and not only that, they also need proper guidance and counseling. So to begin with, actually anxiety, stress starts right from writing the exams to waiting for results, and once exam results are declared, both parents, teachers and students might think that they will be relieved that the wait is finally over. But at this stage, it is the major stressor for them, and the stress is increasing. So this post-result stress, anxiety, and admission worries are no less painful too. So here I would like to say that post-result anxiety attack can often, crush our students' self-confidence, and it's nail-biting at times. So why? Because good academic performance is always considered very important now in our society. And all parents, wish that their children perform well in academics. So that is good. There's nothing wrong in that. So how well children are doing in their studies and how intelligent they are labeled by the marks obtained in exams. It is a fact. So for that matter, board exams, So because of that, this is because of many reasons. Reasons such as comparison, then thinking what if others ask about my result, then which streams to opt, which professional courses, I should pursue, or just feeling awkward, after the result, confused, guilt, upset, anger, uncomfortable, incompetent. And while some other students might, some might have achieved above their expectations, others feel, while others may feel shocked, stunned, and disappointed. So there are, there might be also some bad feelings, some good feelings, happy feelings about the performances, and so on and so forth. So it's a mixed feeling and emotions all together during that time. So then comes percentage. We all know nowadays, if we talk about results, everyone's first question is, how much is your percentage? So that becomes so stressful to students and also to parents and teachers. So this might just lead to serious low self-esteem and depress and other psychological issues. But it is absolutely possible to overcome all these issues with proper help, proper guidance and counseling. So what I want to say here is that instead of asking the students how much is your overall percentage, so why not, let us ask these students, he or she, in which subject do you score more, or you score highest marks in which subject. So definitely such types of questions will definitely boost their self-confidence. See, there will be students who could not score well, say for example in maths, but they may score good marks, for instance in English for other subjects, or it can be vice versa. Some might score well in maths but not in other subjects. So that doesn't mean that they are not good students. So now what I mean to say is that let us try to focus on their strengths of their results and not on their weaknesses. So this one way, in one way, on how it might boost their self-confidence. It will boost the confidence level of the students. So therefore, students should not worry too much, and because I am sure that whatever performance they have, whatever score they have, whatever percentage they have, I am sure they can break free and also return, to their very best, no matter what their result is. So this much, Kusum, on this question which you have asked.
Yes, thank you, Balada ma'am. We move to Monica ma'am. Monica ma'am, we want to know what are the roles of the principal, teacher and parents in supporting student on how to handle post anxiety, ma'am.
Okay.
Monica ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. So your question is very relevant in this case, because although the result is for the students, but all the stakeholders are responsible for it. Teachers, principal, parents, all are equally responsible. So I'll take up one by one. I'll take principal and teachers first. So I would like to quote one statement I have heard of IS Nitin Sangwan. He posted his mark sheet of class 12, along with which it was written that results are opportunity for introspection and not for criticism. So it seems like, yes, these are just digits. They are not meant to like put a stamp on you that this is the final thing that you are having. You cannot proceed further, or you will be staying up here. So they are just numbers. So first of all, students, please not worry about the results. Now I'll move to the role. So basically, the school must have a counseling cell. Active support cell must be there throughout the session. What happens, because it provides a proper care to the student. It addresses the social, the emotional, the behavioral challenges that the students are facing. It also motivates the student throughout the year. Whatever the mental health issues they are having throughout the session, it has been taken care of. So accordingly, the number of students who are feeling anxiety after the results, after the results are out, they are lessened by it, right? And since we are focusing more on the post-result things, so I will like to suggest that I have rarely heard that a school is organizing a post-result session for the board students. For the non-good students, we are usually having parent-teacher meeting. After the results are announced, there is a parent-teacher meeting. The students are given out their results. Parents are there, the teachers are there. They talk with each other. The issues are resolved. But after the boards, I've hardly ever heard that there are any post-result session for them. So in my suggestion, this can be organized, a post-result session for students and parents. And how it will help, I'll tell you. Because for class 10 student, what happens as soon as the 10th board results are out, they all rush towards fitting up themselves according to the marks. Okay, I have got 70%, I'll definitely go for science. I have got that much percent, I'll definitely go for humanities. But if there is a proper guidance to them, there is a proper guidance to the parents, they will choose the stream according to their skills that they have. Because not only the marks, the skills that they have, they both align, and then they are able to pursue a good career ahead. Similarly, for class 12 student, what happens, whatever they have achieved, whatever results they have, they are not able to decide what career to choose, or they merely follow some random monotonous line या जो भी आपका regularly people are picking up, that is engineering, law or something else, they regularly follow that field. So this post-result session will help them to be more informed, to have some new career options around them so that they can have a good career ahead. Next in line, I would like to say that the school can opt for a no merit list. Now, this no merit list is also being followed by CBSE. That's a great move, and schools can also follow that. Now, what do I mean by this no merit list? So basically, in merit list, all the students are arranged according to the rank. There is a particular rank allotted to every student. So this actually creates a kind of unhealthy competition among the students, and unnecessary stress and anxiety is being carried with the student. Also, the students feel humiliated. So this can be a step that the principal and teachers can take for the school. And one more thing that I would like to discuss here is the students' autonomy and empowerment. Since we all know that we are in a child-centered education system. So for a child-centered education system, we need to understand the core of it. We need to understand that the child needs to be taken care of. So the teachers and the principal are required to create an environment in which the student is feeling trusted, supported and being cared of. So if this kind of environment we are providing to our students, then whenever the results are out, the students are very free to express that they are not feeling good, they are feeling great through the teachers, come to the principal and discuss like what else can we do. So they can be very free with the teachers and the principal and come to solve their issues. So that's about the role of teachers and principal. Now, as you have asked me for the role of parents, because the students basically have this two major areas that they are spending time with. The first is in the school and the second environment is their home. So if both the environments are quite friendly, the students that we are raising will be very good. So for the role of parent, the first point is please do not compare. This point may seem very cliche, like in today's world, who is there who is comparing? But no, there are many cases that we have experienced in our surrounding also, that the parents are comparing. So there are many reasons behind that. Sometimes what happens, the parents are competing, so because of their competition, they are putting pressure on their own child, so which is ultimately deteriorating their kids' mental health, and ultimately they will have to deal with it. So my very humble request to the parents, please do not pressurize the student to score well. If they want, there is some other student who is getting 5 marks more, why are you not getting 5 marks more? Why is he or she above you? And sometimes what happens, parents have created some kind of a dreamy bubble, like okay, I want my child to be like this. I want that my child is very good in sports, very good in mathematics or something like that, instead of realizing what their own potential is. So in case of that also, the parent starts putting doing some kind of comparison for that bubbly dream and that original child. So it is advisable that do not compare your child with others and that bubbly dream that you have. Next, because once you stop comparing your child, you can look for the small skills that your own child is having, right? You can celebrate their growth. And when I say celebrate their growth, that means celebrate each and every small, even there is a small growth for your child's result, please celebrate it. Suppose your child was aiming to have a 90% marks, but they are not having 90%, they are having 88%. Let's say, for example, or try to figure out, is there any other subject in which they have excelled? So what happens, because your child is very anxious at that time due to that result that they are having, because we don't know whether for 2%, 5% or 10% that child is having anxiety after the results, right? So what you can do is you can just try to distract the child from that major cause that is having. You can distract them. You can distract by realizing that their other skills are there in which they are excelling. Suppose 2% less you are getting here, but there was a subject that is English in which they thought they will get 70 but they got 80. So you can just ask, oh, see, here you have excelled, right? So in this case you can celebrate the growth. And also, if all the things are not working, please try to recognize the warning signs. There are always the warning signs. If the student is feeling really anxious, so you should know what are the warning signs. So if the child is anxious, they will be sweating, they will feel restless, they might feel dizzy, and sometimes extreme loose motions, and many more other symptoms and signs are there. So you must be very careful and consult an expert if you feel that your student needs a proper guidance. And in this case, after the results, parents, please be more interactive and more reflective. While talking to your child, we have this active listening, right? When you are talking to your child, be very vigilant. Okay, what they are saying, reply to them, spend some time with them. If they like to play some sports, then try to distract them, take them out, make a walk, and make them feel light. And above all is maintaining your self well-being. Sometimes, because I say that this result is not only for the students, it's for the teachers, for the principal, and for the parents also. So as much as pressure this student is having during the exam, the parents are also having the same pressure. And after the results are out, if the student is feeling anxious, the parents are also very shattered to see their child in that phase. So the thing is, let your emotions pour out. Please do not keep any kind of emotions with you. Let your emotions pour out and then go to your child to talk. Because when you are talking, you know that what you are transmitting is not words, you are transmitting your gestures to your child. So
Yes,
when
ma'am.
you are feeling lighter, then you can talk to your child, and then your child will also feel good. And
Yes,
you can also have this emotional check with your child. You can have this emotional cue cards. If you think you are not able to talk because they are feeling so anxious, you are not able to talk, you just give them a card, and they will draw a smiley face if they feel a little bit good. They will draw a sad face if they are very sad. They will draw angry, some kind of emotion. So what happens? If some amount of emotion is poured out, the student feel less anxious. So these all things can be done by parents,
Yes.
teachers.
Yes, Monica ma'am. What are the
And
different types of strategies which will guide the student in dealing with the post-result anxiety, ma'am?
okay, so yes, ma'am, because what happens when we talk about anxiety during exam, then it is okay because we have to do good. We not want to get anxious and spoil our results. So we can do something to prevent a bad result or whatever the thing is. But what happens after the post result, this needs to be talked about, because this is something which has already happened. So what happens, the student is most of the time the students are feeling so shattered that I cannot do anything, right? I cannot do anything. So first of all, to beat anxiety with confidence, the student must be self-aware. Sometimes what happens, the student is anxious, having some signs, but the student doesn't know that these all things are happening. So the first thing is to be self-aware and focus on positives. So what I mean to say about focus on positives, that you can have that positive quotes around you. You can just read it, so that if you're feeling anxious or if you are feeling down, you can get some positive vibes from around it, right? And then cue cards that I have talked, for the parents, the students, if you want, you can have that cue card for yourself also, right? You can have that cue card. Okay, I am feeling dull. You can reach out to the person whom you feel are close to your, then they might be your parent, they might be your sibling or your good friends. You just go and then give it to them. Okay, I'm feeling sad, this is my cue card. So their responsibility is to deal with you. They because they are your good friends, because they are your sibling, they are parents, they know how to deal with you, but you have to take it out, right? And one more thing is walk the talk. Since you want to talk, if you want to talk about your feeling, yeah, if your sibling, your parent or anyone around you is approaching to you because you are feeling anxious after the result, just talk about it. And one more thing, walk during the talk. Now what happens when you are walking during the talk? First of all, you have been removed from that rigid setup that you were having. आप एक rigid setup में थे, then you are removed out of it, and while you are walking, your heart is pumping, your blood is pumping, and it clears out that anxiety creating energy, right? So ultimately some anxiety will be taken out. Then have a realistic plan B. Suppose you are having some other plan for the future, but unfortunately your marks are not aligned with that, so you can have a realistic plan B. And for that, please approach a trained professional. Approach your teachers, subject teachers, or approach a trained counselor or career counselor for that. What happens, they can help you to identify your skills so that you can align your plan B according to it, right? So that will be much realistic. And yes, you need to calm down, so it will also help you to calm down your anxiety level.
Thank you, Monica ma'am. And we move to Balaida ma'am. We want you can give you any concluding remarks to our children and students who all are watching us, ma'am, in very brief, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So, in conclusion, or to conclude, I will just like to say that it's all about mindset, and we have to look for the positive ways forward. If things haven't gone according to plan, just like what Monica has just mentioned, we have to have plan B, and according to what we do not expect. Sometimes things do not turn out the way we expect, so we have to always be mentally prepared for that. So however, students, you have to try on what you want to do and move forward. Just like again Monica has mentioned about the skills, in which skills the students have, that has to be focused. Besides that, the interest which the students are having, the attitude, all of this, play an important role in deciding which stream to go, which professional courses to opt. So another point is that both teachers and parents need to be supportive and encouraging.
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
Listen to your students, listen to your child respectively, and it is also true that having good qualifications and doing well in the exams will open doors and provide a clear pathways. There is no doubt, about it.
Bilkul.
But having said that, teachers should, parents and teachers also should make sure that children talk it out, as it will help relieve stress.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Remember, criticism can worsen things and make discussion difficult. So just
thank you.
Be there, besides them for moral support. So to all the students, after you got your result, no matter what is your performances, what you need to do is just celebrate. If you feel you could not have done better, there are many ways to improve. So remember, your result and marks do not define who you are and how valuable you are as a person. So stay calm, do not panic, do not dishearten. Scoring low marks is not the end of the world. So
बिल्कुल
speak it to parents and teachers. So those who are you are very close to you, and find out what you should do next. So
बिल्कुल,
what is
थैंक यू
also
मैम.
important is to motivate yourself also and pull up your socks for a better result.
थैंक यू बलाइडा मैम, थैंक यू सो
Yes.
वेरी मच मैम. बिल्कुल आपने सही कहा कि जो मार्क्स होते हैं, जो रिजल्ट हैं, वो किसी बच्चे की पर्सनालिटी को डिफाइन नहीं करते. उसके आगे भी बहुत सारी संभावनाएं, बहुत सारे स्कोप रहते हैं और उस हर एक मोमेंट को सेलिब्रेट करना चाहिए. थैंक यू सो मच बलाइडा मैम एंड थैंक यू मोनिका मैम.
Thank you.
Thank you for you all, both the guests, for guiding our students and learners, ma'am. Or thank you,
so much
thank
for
you.
having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear students and learners. And before we wind up this session, we want to share a very important information related to NCERT textbooks. NCERT textbooks for 2023-24 are available throughout the country, and these textbooks will be purchased directly from NCERT sales counter from located in New Delhi, Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, Kolkata and Guwahati. And these sales counter will be functional on all the days, included gazetted holidays, Saturdays, Sundays from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you may also place order for the books online from our website ncertbooks.ncert.gov.in, and these books will be delivered at your doorstep with no delivery charges. And if you want the soft copy of the books in PDF version, you can also download it for free from NCERT Diksha e-Pathshala website and mobile app. So dear students and learners, please visit the website ncert.nic.in to know more about the authorized vendor. तो ये थी जानकारी एनसीईआरटी टेक्स्ट बुक से रिलेटेड, और हमें उम्मीद है कि आप जो हमारा जो ये वेबसाइट है उस पर ज़रूर विजिट करेंगे और अपनी अपनी जो बुक्स हैं, आपकी टेक्स्ट बुक्स हैं, उनको फाइंड आउट ज़रूर कर लेंगे. और भी कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन हो, कोई भी जानकारी आप चाहते हैं तो ज़रूर हमसे संपर्क करें हमारे विभिन्न माध्यमों के ज़रिए. और हम यही कहेंगे कि आप देखते रहिए eVidya चैनल और NCERT ऑफिशियल. और फिलहाल हमें दीजिए इजाज़त. अपना ख्याल रखिए. नमस्कार.